hello again YouTubers, and welcome to episode 33 now of this FIFA 16 Burnley career mode. And now we have the main centrepiece of the 33rd episode is a home match against Watford. Can we keep our good run going against Watford? Of course, stayed off relegation at the first attempt last year, of course. Let's just check where they are in the table. They are in the bottom half of the table. They're in a fairly respectable 14th place at the moment. They've won 4 out of 14 games, drawn 3 and lost 7. But they are 5 points above the drop zone. They're on the same points as Roberto Martinez as Everton. So now, and they've won a lot of. They've won more games, as many games as Southampton, Everton, and a couple of other big teams. So they're no slouches at the moment. So they'll be a difficult side to break down, I'm sure. And of course, maybe a tense moment as Ben Mee comes back to face his old club, of course, if selected, of course, by Watford themselves. So let's get over to Turf Moor, when potentially it could be a return for Ben Mee, as Watford come to Turf Moor. And we've had some battles with them in the past, certainly in the Championship days, but this is the first Premier League meeting between Burnley and Watford. Enjoy the match. Hello again everybody to a rainy Turf Moor, as Burnley look to keep on going on this great run of theirs. Can they follow up a win at Manchester City last week with a big win potentially against Watford, who are mid-table at the moment in the Premier League, 5 points above the relegation zone. One change for Burnley that's enforced with Jack Grealish coming in for Will Hughes. Will Hughes will play on the left-hand side, and Yannick Bolasie, who has been playing on the left, will play in Will Hughes' position. As for Watford, Troy Deeney leads the line with Abdi in behind. Watch out for Berghaus and Urado. Our Lucas is the goalkeeper, and Ben Mee will come up against his former players. Burnley still the joint best defensive side, along with Manchester United. Southampton now into 3rd place in terms of best defence. The referee is all set to get us away. And Burnley, who are hot favourites to win this one, attack the cricket field stand away to the left hand side. He's strike Gale, getting an early shot in, trying to emulate the sort of start that Joey Barton gave him last week. Well, it took something special to have chipped the goalkeeper from there. Watford, of course, for the first time ever in the Premier League era, survived their first season as a Premier League club, and now into the 2nd season, and they are struggling a little bit at the moment to get some consistency, as Urado played it over to Ben Mee up against his former side, and Mee's got down that left hand side superbly here, and a nice cross, but Tommy Smith was there and Joey Barton able to intercept. Now Danny Ings. Cardiff 0, Manchester United 1. Rocchio the scorer, as he scores a fantastic goal! Wow! That's almost as good as the Barton one at the Etihad last week! Turf Moor has erupted! And Danny Ings is 12th of the season and an absolute screamer! And he sets it up when the goalkeeper's not even moving. Look at that! Hits the inside of the far post and goes in the corner. That is an unbelievable strike. Goal number 12 in the league for Danny Ings, and what a goal! Burnley 1, Watford 0. We expected that a little bit, but what we didn't expect was a finish of absolute pure genius. Danny Ings take a bow. So Watford now 1 down. Here's Abdi. Barton's challenge. Watford's throw. Abdi. Oh, it's Troy Deeney. Good challenge by Flanagan. Tommy Smith to get it out. Burnley Spars and Villa. Oh, what a chance here for Abdi, who shoots over the bar, and that could have easily been the equaliser. We played a quarter of an hour, and that would have been just as a remarkable goal as the Ings one there. Good chance there for Abdi. Just didn't really take it. Watford, as you can see there on the far side. 4,000 Hornets have made the trip up from Hertfordshire. Burnley go to Watford in February. What a return. Here's Abdi. Turning nicely. Deeney waits in the penalty area. And a good save by Heaton. Still the danger on the way. Deeney. Good save again by Heaton. And Burnley just having a little dicey spell. It's a good ball to Dwight Gale. And he'll try his luck as well. Good save by Ahala. Guardiola. And Villa. Guardiola again. And we got some sad news here. Scott Dann has injured himself, and that looks serious. Let's hope it's a precaution. So Burnley forced into a change. Michael Keane replaces Scott Dann. Let's hope Scott Dann isn't out for quite a while, because it's horrible when that sort of thing happens. As Barton sportingly plays it back to the goalkeeper Arla. Burnley have actually been quite good. They kept a lid on the injury front a lot, but that's the first big injury they've had for certainly this season anyway. Barton. Well, you have to go some to top the goal he scored last week. Barton. Deflection on it. And that will be a corner. We're just over half an hour gone here. Huge deflection there off the defender. Double Bentaleb to take. So on the outswinger, 2-0, Dwight Gale. Super corner, super header. And Watford now looking down the barrel. And Burnley have earned their right to be 2 up. Not good defending from Watford there. And not even Guardiola on the line could stop that. And Burnley deservedly take the lead to 2-0 with 33 minutes of the match gone. But having said that, Watford have had chances themselves in between the 2 goals. And more than one occasion to make it 1-1. 1-1. Delicate little chip, well held by Heaton. Control let him down a little bit, but tell you what, if we're going to have a Clarets goal of the season, well, in the last 2 weeks alone, we've seen 2 top contenders. Potentially a third with that header from Gale. How he got the power from where he was, certainly yards wide from goal, that was just remarkable. That's a good ball, however, from Balassi. And again, oh, lovely play. Higgs to hit it first time and almost scores a picture book goal. Worth another look, I think. That's the final piece of the move. It just went wide, but before it, lovely set-up play by Gray, by Gale rather, and Balassi. Well, you just saw the end bit at the end there. Keane the sub. Bentaleb. Now Abdi. 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. And Smith has come out on top against Troy Deeney so far in the first half. It's a good kick that, and Ings has found Gale fantastically well. Another fantastic third goal. And that's Dwight's second. And it all came from a stratospheric kick from the goalkeeper. Good hide on distance on it. Ings flicked it on. Watford's defence slow to react. And Dwight Gale helped himself to his second of the match and Burnley's third goal. If the first one was world class, the second, the other two goals, 2 and 3, home very much not just to Dwight Gale's finishing ability, but to poor defending as well. Still, he had to take the chance, and it was still a tall order to finish it off like that. But Gale has the capabilities as the half-time whistle goes. But we've seen some remarkable first 45 minutes, and Burnley deservedly 3 up. Watford did have chances to score in the first half, but didn't take them. Ings and Dwight Gale with 2. Burnley lead 3-0 at the break. Welcome back to Turf Moor. Burnley 3 up, but of course have lost their best central defender, Scott Dan. Let's hope it's not to injury. We'll find out at the end of the game what actually happened, and let's hope the injury was a bit of a precaution. Jack Grealish, and he's gone down. This could be another bit of trouble here for Burnley. Thankfully this time Grealish got up on his feet, but here's a chance now with Bergelis and Abdi. And it's that sort of chance that Watford have failed to take it. They could have easily had 3 themselves. And Eduardo was waiting in the middle. But Abdi went for glory and maybe could be accused by some of his teammates as possibly being a rather too greedy. Keaton with the kick. Guardiola's header. Abdi. And Villa. 1-1 at Cardiff now between them and Manchester United. Abdi. Barton, oh, he's given it straight to Joey Deeney. Deeney's shot deflected off Keane for a corner, and that was going in as well. You've got to say, Brave Brock off Keane's back. He didn't know much about it, the substitute defender. Signed, of course, for Manchester United. Watford making a change. Aaron Abdi, who had 2 opportunities being replaced there by Garnzo. And plenty of yellow shirts in the penalty box. Barton won the header. Barton, oh, what a wonderful ball to Ings. And he's away from the defence. He's just the goalkeeper to beat. And it's 4. 2 for Ings, 2 for Gale, 4 for Burnley. Game over. And Burnley have had to earn the right to score 4 today. And they worked hard, the troublesome 2-7 up front for Burnley. Lucky 13 for Danny Ings this season, no doubt about it. And it's now Burnley 4, Watford 0, and it doesn't flatten them one bit. Watford have been poor in more or less every department in defence and certainly attack. And they could have had 3 goals themselves today, the men from the Hornets. But they haven't taken the chances, and Burnley have. But here's Mbelia going all the way. Oh, another poor finish. That's been the theme of Watford all afternoon. Getting into the positions in the final third, but not keeping their chances down. And Guardiola comes off to be replaced by Etienne Capoue, who will get 25 minutes just under plus stoppage time to see if they can save a little bit of face and put some respectability from their point of view back into the scoreline. Watford. Gonis. It's a good ball. Watford's onto it. Deeney waiting in the middle. Oh, no go by Keane. Really silly goal to give away. Not that he'll count for too much in the grand scheme of things, because Burnley should have enough in them to see the point off. But what was Michael Keane doing? Oh, he's scored some own goals in his career mode. That just about takes the biscuit. Burnley 4 now, Watford 1. Michael Keane with a well taken home goal. Which gives Watford a foot on the scoreboard, as it were. Here's Grealish. It's a good cross. And so gets it up, but only as far as Yannick Bolasie. Bolasie's shot. Goal kick. Not really troubling the goalkeeper. Not troubling the scorers. At least that's 4,000 Hornets fans have got something to cheer. Even though Burnley are going to win the match, no doubt about it. And their next match, of course, you'll see with us, is at Villa Park against Remy Gard's Aston Villa, who are hovering dangerously above that relegation trapdoor at the moment. Here's Iggs. Goal kick. Ings trying to keep the match ball for himself. Of course, both he and Dwight Gale on hat-tricks. Watford have had 6 shots at goal, which knows how they've got about it. As Barton tries to... I'll tell you what, he hit one superbly last week against Manchester City, you may remember. And he wasn't too far away here. Well, he just hit the stanchion behind the goal in the end, but... it's raining cats and dogs here in early December. Barely enjoying themselves in the rain. It's a foul by Bentaleb on Deeney. Of course, Watford have to play Middlesbrough next week. Yellow card to Bentaleb, which I think is a fair enough decision, really, when you think about it. Was a tackle from behind. Got nothing of the ball. Plenty of Troy Deeney though. And telling Troy Deeney's face, it's a rejection of defeat, really. If they do score from here, it's nothing more than another consolation goal for Watford, but they've contributed so much to the game that I think 4-1 is sort of harsh. But if you don't take your chances when you're in with a shout of getting level or something, or you're a goal behind and the other team goes out and scores another 3, then you're asking for trouble. Oh, Ganzo! Completely, utterly unmarked. And he had all the time in the world. He could have took a touch and tried to beat Tom Heaton. I mean, touched the ball initially, but he tried to take it first time and got it all wrong. Belkalem, Guardo, one flan. 5 better minutes at the end of the game. I don't know where he's got 5 minutes from at the end, because the game has just ebbed and flowed at such a great speed. Gale. Ings is onside. Unselfish play. Ings completes the hat-trick. And one unselfish play from Dwight Gale. He could have easily gone on and completed the hat-trick himself, but no, he fought to lay in his strike partner. The pass just had the legs. The goalkeeper will be disappointed. He should have really stopped it, but nevertheless, Ings completes a remarkable afternoon for him, and will now carry off the match ball at the end of the game. Burnley 5, Watford 1. A very routine victory in the end. I know if Watford had took their chances at 1-0 down, it might have been all so different. Burnley 5, Watford 1. And that is it. Good victory for Burnley. Just overshadowed by that injury to Scott Dan. We'll tell you more about it afterwards. But 2 for that fella there, Dwight Gale. But the real hero in the end was Danny Ings, who completed a marvellous hat-trick at the end. Watford did get on the score sheet. It was through Michael Keane's own goal, which was a silly own goal to give away. But that's the man who claims the match ball off the referee and will milk it for all it's worth. Danny Ings, the 3-goal hero, he keeps the match ball. Final score, Burnley 5, Watford 1. Great win for us, but there is some bad news. Scott Dan has suffered a broken elbow, so it wasn't an injury that was quite severe in the end, and he's going to be out of action now for at least 2 months. So it means probably won't be back until possibly February now. So it means he's going to miss the busy Christmas period. But it gives Michael Keane a chance to come in at Aston Villa next week and do something about that then. So Michael Keane, so it gives Jamal Lascelles a chance now to come in out of the cold and do well from the bench. John Flanagan doing well at the moment, keeping Bellerin out of the side, but it's been a tough old time there. But Will Hughes is back for the Villa game, and that is a huge boost for them. So that is the way that, and that might be the 11 that takes to the field, injury permitting, training injuries permitting during the week. So let's look at that first round of fixtures for December, which is always a busy month. So let's go for all the results from the first weekend of December. It's Burnley 5, Watford 1. You've just seen that one. Cardiff, great draw there at home to Manchester United. That's a good result for us. Everton, comfortable winners by Sunderland. That's probably kick-started their season. A big loss for Jurgen Klopp there at home to Steve McLaren's Newcastle. We're getting better and better really by the week. They are so tough to beat, and they're getting the results they thoroughly meriting with their performances. Middlesbrough 1, Manchester City 3, so City keeping the pressure on us at the top of the league. So a good result there for Pellegrini's men, reacting well after that defeat to us last week. Our next opponents, Aston Villa, were beaten 3-1 at Norwich. So plenty of work for Remy Gard to do. Tottenham won the London derby with Mourinho's Chelsea, so Pochettino comes out on top. Ronald Koeman, Southampton beat Mark Hughes' Stoke 2-0 at the Britannia. And the games played on Sunday, bit of a surprise here. Arsene Wenger's Arsenal 0, Swansea 1, so Arsenal really struggling at the moment for form. Good win there for Swansea. And the Battle of the Wests, West Brom 0, West Ham 3, good result there for West Ham. And that's a very, very good result for Slaven Bilic. He needed that, and that's their first win of the season, I believe. That win against West Brom. So this is the table as it stands. Burnley top, still by 3 points. They move on to 38 points. Another win against Villa would take them to 40 and undoubtedly safety. And another season of Premier League football. Having just lost 1 game in 15, that's a good start to the season. But as I said, there's still a long way to go, and the Manchester clubs have done this enough times already in the past that you can easily be breached. But City are 3 points behind, and then another 3 points back you find Manchester United. But look at this now, Newcastle now getting themselves right in the race there with and stopping their authority on 4th place. They're really having a fantastic run and proving that that battling draw at Burnley was no flash in the pan. They are getting the plaudits they desperately deserve. Steve McLaren has got them playing. It's a totally different side to what we've seen for the last 2 years. Swansea move up to 5th. And Spurs complete the top 6. Chelsea, Stoke, Liverpool, Southampton and Everton. Everton, that was a good win for them. As for Watford, they now drop to 15th. And look at Arsenal, 14th place, only 7 points above the relegation zone. It's a very poor start from Arsenal's high standards. Watford, Cardiff, Villa, and then it's 3 points to West Brom, Middlesbrough, and West Ham now starting to fight back. That win against West Brom keeps West Brom, of course, in the bottom 3 and brings a stave of execution for another week for Aston Villa, who the Clarets face next week, and that will be our next feature, of course. Aston Villa at Villa Park, and again, another tough test. Villa might be 4th from bottom, and we might be top by 3 points, but there have been some league leaders that have gone to Villa Park over the years and come unstuck, so let's not think for 1 minute that we're going to go to Villa Park and it's going to be a foregone conclusion, because Aston Villa always put up a good display whenever we see them. But that's our next feature for episode what episode are we on now? For episode, I think 34. Yeah, that's the centrepiece of episode 34. It comes from Villa Park, where we'll play Aston Villa. Until then, have a good day, take care, and from Turfmoor, goodbye. By the way, keep subscribing, keep commenting and keep liking. Remember behind the scenes stuff if we get to 100 subscribers. So tell your friends, tell your family about my channel, because if we can get 100 subscribers, I will do that behind the scenes video. But anyway, we'll see you for the Villa match next week. Till then, ta-ra.